Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
This is my top 5 podcasting tools. Whether you are a new podcaster or a veteran, I guess new podcasters primarily, this would benefit. There's a lot of different ways to podcast. There's a lot of different options. You can buy podcasting kits. I wouldn't. It really depends on how you're going to do your show, whether you're going to have guests, whether it's going to be in person, you want to go remote. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and these are my top 5 tools. Starting off with number 5 is a GoPro. Literally the camera I'm using for this show. It's a camera I used for my old show, the Inspired Disorder podcast. Obviously, they're durable. They're portable. They offer great wide-angle options. But I love it, man. It's super, super easy. Most of the newer models you can connect to your phone or a tablet for a monitor for yourself. But just a great camera, whether you're setting up a studio and home to do video. And not all podcasts need video, so this is specifically if you're doing a video podcast. It's great to have in-person video. It's also great if you're, if you have a bunch of people in one room, the wide angle is really nice. Also, just, if you're doing a solo show like I do, it works great for that too. But just a camera that doesn't take up a lot of space, tons of accessories available for it, a lot of mounting options, just a lot of things you can do with the GoPro. Which I really enjoy, and it's been a camera that has really added to made doing the show a lot easier, and just the fact that it doesn't take up a lot of space is nice. So number 5 is GoPro. Number 4 is the Zoom conference call software platform. Back in the day, I used to use Skype. And Skype has a feature, or you can download an attachment to record your calls. Doing multiple calls, like conference calls on Skype, was something nice. But Zoom seems to be designed a bit more for designed in a better way than Skype, let's say. I have not used Zoom specifically, but I know a lot of podcasts, once the pandemic hit, most podcasts went to Zoom. It's great if you have guests who are remote, or if you have co-hosts that are located in different areas. It's a great way to add a bunch of people on the same call. And I think their premium feature, you're able to do unlimited. It records everything. It switches video automatically. It does a lot of cool things that help out if you want to produce a show that involves people who are not local to where you are or not going to be in the same room. So number 4 would be Zoom, to allow you to do all those things remotely. Number 3, my number 3 tools for podcasting is also Zoom, but this is the recorder, the H4n or H6. I think they have an H8. But it allows you, it's literally what I'm using to record this show. I record the audio separately from the video, match it up later in post. But it allows you to connect high-end microphones, XLR microphones like this one right here, the Shure Sm57. Shure makes a few other mics, like you can use the standard mic that most people, like comedians, will use on stage. A lot of people use that. This mic I prefer because you have to talk directly into it, so you don't have to worry about soundproofing anything. It's very directional. You have to talk directly into it for it to pick it up. But the Zoom recorder, great recorder. It does have built-in mics, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend to use, but it has, the H4n has 2 XLR inputs. The H6 has 6 inputs. And the nice thing about the higher end models, the H6 and H8, is that you can independently adjust the volumes for different things. So it's great for backup. It's great for recording remotely. It's very, very very useful tool in a lot of ways. You can even record it. You can hook it up to like a soundboard to record the audio from a soundboard if you want to mix a bunch of mics and computers and instruments and a lot of things together. You can do that. But a solid recorder that I enjoy using, it's worked really great for me for a long time. It's just kind of the standard in recording for podcasts. So the Zoom H4n or H6, my number 3 tool for podcasting. My number 2 tool for podcasting, which nobody talks about, even in the promos for this service, they don't advertise their ability to do this, but Squarespace. It's the all-in-one website design platform tool. I've used Squarespace for all of my websites for over a decade now. Super easy to set up. But in the blog function of Squarespace, you can host podcasts. Not only can you host podcasts, you can host multiple podcasts through it. So if you are producing multiple shows and you want to have those all in the same place, you can just set up different blog pages, and each entry is a new episode, so you can upload your audio to it. I think it's the maximum is like 250 megabytes, which is 2 hours of really good audio. Or if you make a lower end audio quality, you can get a little bit more on there. But tons of space I've never really had an issue as far as getting the audio to fit. But it's also a full website. You can sell products. So if you end up selling merch through your website, if you want to have just a blog, if you want to put up photos, it does everything. But one of the features that nobody talks about is hosting podcasts. And there's a lot of options for hosting podcasts. Some you spend money on. So if you're looking to spend money to host your podcast, I would add Squarespace to that list of potential options. You may not get necessarily the analytics that you do with other hosting options, but because it allows you to have a full website to do everything on, in addition to podcasting, it's a lot better than something like Libsyn, where you pay for Libsyn. You get really great analytics, but Libsyn, it just hosts your audio. It doesn't do anything else. So yeah, Squarespace, amazing tool. Nobody talks about it. It's by far it's number 2 as far as the tools that I use, how valuable it's been over the years. Great reliability. I've never had any issues, and it's pretty simple to set up and use. And they have great customer service. So number 2 of my podcasting tools is Squarespace. My number 1 tool that I've used from the beginning is an Apple computer. Now you can use a MacBook Pro, you can use a MacBook, you can use a MacBook Air, you can use their Mac Pro, you can use their Mac Mini, whatever it is. Mac computers are amazing because not only reliable, not only they work. You don't run into the same problems you do with a normal Windows PC, but it also comes bundled with iMovie and GarageBand, which are 2 of the softwares that I use to edit video and edit audio that I've used for a decade plus. Since I started podcasting, I've used GarageBand to record or to edit all of my audio, and I've used iMovie to edit all of my video. I've never used any other editing stuff at all. I've tried Audacity, which is a free audio editing tool that a lot of people who run on PCs will use. But if you buy an Apple computer, you get GarageBand and iMovie bundled for free with it, which are 2 software tools that are indispensable. They're basic, so you can't do like crazy things with them. But when you're doing a podcast, you don't need to do crazy things necessarily. So if you watch my show, if you watch any of my shows for years, they've been edited with GarageBand and iMovie. So getting an Apple computer, definitely the number 1 tool. No matter how you record your audio or you record your video, GarageBand and iMovie have been the 2 basic tools that I've used the most. And they come free with your Apple computer. So, and their computers, they maintain value. You can get a used laptop, used MacBook Pro, for not that much, and it'll be just as good as most computers now. But yeah, I love it. So that's my top 5 tools for podcasting. Let me run through the list one more time. Number 5 is a GoPro, great for video, portable, durable. Number 4 is the Zoom conference call software and service. Number 3 is the Zoom recorders, the H4n or H6 or H8. Number 2 is Squarespace, to not only host your podcast, but to give you a full website capabilities, just more capabilities than any other host will give you. And number 1 is the Apple computer, which gets bundled with software that's perfect for editing podcasts and managing all of your content. So that's it. That's my top 5 tools for podcasting. If you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. Until then, till next week, have a great day. Go support our sponsor, Station House Coffee. Give them a follow on Instagram, Station House Coffee. Go to their website, stationhousecoffee.com. That is where you get amazing coffee. Single origin, small batch, premium coffee brewed in Thetford Center, Vermont, shipped directly to you. Let them know the Ray Taylor Show sent you. Go to stationhousecoffee.com, order yourself some coffee today, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over patreon.com/inspired disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!